Oh, what do we have going on in here today, YouTubes? It's been a while since I've done a video on this channel, like usual. I'm kind of dinking around, finally getting around to insulating this place. I've only lived here 3 years, and this has kind of been on the project list for that whole time. Actually, I think my last video I kind of talked about getting going on it, and it's been like 7 months now, and finally getting to it. But this is how I'm doing it. The building already had this wrap on it, and from my research, that's an R8, I guess, which, even though I worked part-time for a guy that used to do blown-in insulation, I really don't know a dick about insulation. It just kind of blows my mind that this wrap that's around, it's basically around the outside of the structure, sandwiched in between the outer metal of this Polebarn, and they call that an R8. But yet, this 1-inch styrofoam that I'm putting in between these braces here, I'm doing 1 inch because by the time you squish down this blanket, it fills out the rest of the 1/2 inch between these 2x6s nicely. So this 1-inch material is an R5, as you can see right there. And then anywhere where there's supports, actually all the walls are getting this, but the reason why I'm going with 1.5 inches here is to flush it out with the supports. That's a 7.5. So you're telling me this wrap that goes around the building has more insulation quality to it than this solid 1.5 inch thick board, which is only a 7.5 R? It's crazy, but it is what it is. What I was originally going to do is, after this point, I was going to put another 1/2 inch of styrofoam over this, and that would give me just enough room to put a 2x4 and flush it out with these beams, with these poles, I mean. Which, right here it works perfectly because I got 1/2 inch I can stick right in there, and it's, I think actually if I put it tight to the thing, it gives me an 1/8 of an inch on this side, which is all fine and good. But the problem is, on this side, it don't work out as that good. I only have like 3/8, if not a little less, in between there. Which, yeah, I could probably take a hammer and jam the 2x4 in when I'm nailing it to the poles to make up the difference. But the problem is, this whole wall is kind of bowed like this various ways. And at first I thought maybe it was the insulation, maybe the poofiness of that outer blanket was kind of pushing it. But it's not. As I put my level on, like even this, which is nailed right to these, I don't know if these are called purlins or what. So even putting my level on this, you can see that this whole thing has got a big bow to it. So even if I did kind of jam it in there to make that 2x4 flush with that pole, the whole wall is just gonna kind of be all weird anyways. So I'm kind of thinking now, what is the best way of going about this? I could just flush these all out, forget that 1/2 inch back there, because the 2x4 wall part is going to get fiberglass insulation, which I believe that's another R13, I think, on top of already what I have going on here. But that leaves a dead air space back behind all these 2x4s. And from what I understand, dead air spaces are bad. So I'm kind of beside my point what to do here. I'm gonna have to maybe hit some forums and figure out a solution. I mean, I guess I'm not totally against sucking the wall all the way in here and getting rid of that space. And just deal with however the corners come out here, because I mean, it is a corner and this is a shop. I mean, we're not trying to be too fancy here. I do have just about all the material I need to do these 4 sections. I got all my 2x4s, I got pressure treated base plates. The one thing I do not have enough of, and it's because Home Depot never has enough when I go there, is 1.5 inch styrofoam to finish it out. But I can make another trip there tomorrow or something and get more. They should be refilled by then. So before I can go any further here, I need to finish cleaning out this little corner of the shop here. I need to get all this junk moved back so I can build my walls on the floor here and stand them up. And I think what I'm going to do, instead of continuing on this way, because I don't want to cut up full sheets to do this little area yet. I want to get all the full area spots first, then come back, and whatever scraps I have I can fill in there. So I think I'm going to just keep working off this corner and start heading this way. So after I get this wall up, then I can go right to putting that wall up. So I figure by the time I do out that area, clean up this area, probably won't really have much time to do much of anything else today. Alright guys, I'm back. Someone pulled in the driveway, come visit me, so that's an hour later than what I was, actually probably a little longer than an hour since my last segment of the video. So I don't really remember what I was talking about when they pulled in. But I did have a chance to eat lunch, go online, kind of figure some of this stuff out. Now I can get both 7/16 and 1/2 inch OSB according to the Home Cheapo website. And this is some 1/2 inch plywood I have around. And this is just slightly over size there. And I put it down on this end. I'm slightly back in. So I think 7/16 would be the way to go. But yeah, this video's getting pretty long. Get back to work here instead of screwing around. So I'll talk to you guys later.